having your own trading routine is the first step in what is a long journey to finding profitability in trading. At least it was for me. Now, I'm making this video in response to some of the questions that I've received via DM sa Twitter, Investa, even from some of my students, no? So, I've adjusted this a bit to reflect only yung pag-schedule ng trading sa PSE. So, I hope makatulong to sa inyo on your way to being a profitable trader. Okay? Now, to break it down ng maayos and to make it easy to understand, magsimula tayo sa overview ng routine ko. Now, the routine consists of 3 parts. First is yung pre-open, meaning prior to the market opening. Then next is the active session, when the market is actually trading and buhay na buhay, no? And then finally, kapag ka nag-close na yung merkado. Okay? Bakit kailangan ihiwalay sa tatlo? Kasi dapat ang ginagawa mo sa pre-open, naiiba sa ginagawa mo sa active session, naiiba sa ginagawa mo sa market close. Bakit ganon? Kasi kung kunwari, active na yung session tapos ginagawa mo pa rin yung mga bagay na dapat natapos mo na beforehand, it's just gonna make your mind more frazzled. Parang imbis na nakaka-focus ka sa mga bagay na pinag-focusan mo, gumugulo pa lalo kasi kailangan mong isipin to, kailangan mong isipin yon, and so on, no? So these 3 session or these 3 blocks need to work independent of each other. At the same time, kailangan nagtutulungan din sila. They are complementary. Okay? So, magsimula tayo sa pre-open. Pre-open, what I like to do is bago ako gumawa ng kahit na ano, meron muna tayong quick meditation. Okay? Now, this can be different from person to person. Pwedeng mindful eating. That's one of my favorite ways to quote-unquote meditate, no? Just enjoying my coffee or enjoying my breakfast, diba? Just focusing on that para lang mag-relax yung utak nyo and you're in the moment. Diba? I feel like that's very important kasi kung yung kunyari, yung pag-iisip nyo sabog-sabog, mahihirapan din kayo all throughout the day. So, I'd like to take a little bit of time to center myself, no? Now, obviously, lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang schedule. May iba full-time mag-trade, may iba part-time, may iba nagtatrabaho, and so on. So, when this occurs during the day, depends on your personal schedule. Kailangan i-adjust nyo ng konti. Now, again, meron pang ibang forms of meditation, meron pang ibang forms of mindfulness. So, I'll leave it up to you to research more on that. If it's something that you think we should discuss more on in the future, let me know, no? And I can make a video for that as well. It's just that talking about only that for the next 10 minutes, parang medyo nadiderail yung video na to. Next, what I do is I fill up my trading plan. I make sure to list down all the pertinent details na importante sa akin. Now, again, this could be different from person to person, no? But eto ang trading plan ko. I've included a link in the description box below on where you can find this trading plan. Ginawa ko lang siya very impromptu. Yung akin mismo nasa Excel eh. Diba? So isipin nyo na lang na ito, wala nang design, nasa Excel. Ginawa ko lang siyang ganito to make it more aesthetically pleasing. And if you want, you can just print it out. Tas meron kang 5 ganyan for the week. Araw-araw, fill upan mo. So what I do is I list down yung mga binabantayan ko for the day, saan ko gustong bumili, saan ko gustong magbenta, 'di ba? Syempre yun lagi yung una. Tapos meron akong morning checklist. Na-review ko na ba yung mga news sa PSE Edge or kung saan ka man din tumitingin ng news? Maybe you check it on Twitter, maybe you get a newsletter, whatever. Okay? Then I make sure I've isolated my biases, I've isolated my key levels, and if meron akong order na kailangan ilagay prior to the market opening, ilalagay ko na. Diba? I-input ko na. Now, papansinin nyo sa tabi, meron din akong evening checklist. We'll discuss that more later. Suffice to say na sinasama ko lang siya dito sa trading plan para to make sure na at the end of the day, naalala ko mga kailangan kong gawin. All throughout the day, nadadagdagan yung trading plan. Linilista ko rin dyan, ano ba ang nangyari today? Kamusta yung pag-progress ng workday ko? Ano yung mga conclusions ko? What did I do well? What did I do poorly? And so on. Okay? Again, if you want to download this, hindi nyo kailangan screenshot to. I've included a link in the description box below. Okay? Next is during the active session. Now, we've discussed before na ako personally am a part-time trader, no? So when it comes to monitoring, which is the first thing, I like to schedule when I monitor my charts and my trades. Diba? Sabi ko nga, kapag ganitong full-time na tayo, meaning whole day na yung active session natin, I like to check sometime around lunch and then a few minutes before the market closes. Dun lang. Hindi ko kailangan tutukat lahat ng isa-isa kasi dapat lahat yan napagplanuhan ka na beforehand. Dapat lahat yan nasa trading plan ko na. So all that matters when I monitor is execution. When it comes times na kailangan ko na mag-execute, susundan ko lang yung plano ko. And then I execute without hesitation. Kasi napagplanuhan ko na yan eh. Diba? Ano kailangan itsura ng chart? Where price needs to be? Meron ba akong area na tinitingnan? Meron ba akong level na gustong abutin? Malapit na ba ako sa target ko? Things like that. Lahat yon part ng monitoring. Yung monitoring naka-tie up sa trading plan. Tapos kapag umabot na tayo do sa punto ng plano na kailangan na, we execute. Okay? So dapat throughout the day, halos wala nang isip-isip yan. Kasi anything that happens outside of your plan na ginawa mo pre-open, dapat di mo na iniisip yun during the active session. At least ako hindi. Bakit di ko iniisip? Kasi nakafocus ako doon sa mga gusto ko lang tignan eh. Actually charting and analyzing while everything is moving, while kumbaga may frenzy yung market, very often leads to, let's just say, distractions. Diba? Because of that, baka ma-miss out mo yung mga trades na inayos mo na, pinagplanuhan mo na, in favor of something na very impulsive mo lang pinasok. Dahil lang nakita mong gumalaw, dahil lang nakita mo may nag-post sa Twitter or something, because of that, na-distract ka na. Maybe you don't get to execute na yung ibang pinagplanuhan mo kasi yung inallocate mo dapat na pera for it napunta sa iba. Diba? Very impulsive. So I try to avoid that altogether. Diba? Part of how I do it is yun nga. Nagmo-monitor ako infrequently. Dahil nga, part-time ako mag-trade. Now, kapag full-time trader ka, how you monitor will depend on how you trade. Kapag ka nag-i-scalp ka, obviously, you need to monitor more. Kasi binabantayan mo bawat galaw eh. Diba? If you're a trend follower, then maybe not. Baka ginagawa mo lang is i-check mo lang at the end of each day, make sure hindi nag-trigger yung stop mo, then you move on. Diba? Kanya-kanyang tao, kanya-kanyang type of trader, may kanya-kanyang pamamaraan. How you schedule will need to depend on how you live your life. Diba? How active you are. Baka sobrang busy ka sa trabaho. Baka sinusundo mo yung mga anak mo. Whatever the case may be. Okay? All I can do is suggest how I do it. Now, from yung active session, napapansin nyo, ito yung pinaka-konti yung trabaho. Diba? Bakit yan yung pinaka-konti trabaho? Dyan buhay yung market. Kasi nga, napagplanuhan ko na lahat eh. I've done the busy work. I've put down my plans. I'm ready for the day. When the time comes, we just execute. Okay? After the active session is the market close. Kapag nagsarado na yung market, dito na darating yung reflection. Kung naaalala nyo kanina do sa trading plan natin, meron yung mga what did you do today, what did you do well, and so on, di ba? Dito pumapasok yon. I tend to play back what I did over the day. Since very scarce lang naman yung monitoring ko, and kapag kailangan ko namang i-execute, planado na lahat, mabilis kong naaalala lahat yon. Meron ba akong ginawa na wala sa plano ko? Meron ba akong ginawa na nasa plano ko nga, pero minadali ko? Meron ba akong ginawa na ginawa ko dahil natakot ako? Whether it's from FOMO, whether it's dahil I wanted to trade my PNL over trading my plan. Diba? I reflect on that and anything na feeling ko importante, anything na feeling ko pwede kong mapag-aralan and to learn from, I write it down. Diba? Una, lalagay ko yan sa trading plan but eventually it all goes to my journal. Alright? So we reflect on the day, we play back everything, see what we did well, see what we did poorly, and so on. Okay? And then finally, I do a review. Siyempre, yung inaalala ko, yung rini-reflect ko, could be wrong. Diba? Baka akala ko, sinundan ko yung plano ko, pero hindi pala. So, rini-review ko. I review my plan, I make sure na sinasundan ko talaga. Kasi memory lang minsan nagkakamali. Lalo na marami tayong iniisip, di ba? Iba sa atin, baka hindi lang isa ang trabaho, baka dalawa pa, may sideline pa, may side hustle. Marami tayong iniisip eh. Relying purely on memory is, well, unreliable. So, we review. Diba? We actually review the written word, or in this case, the typewritten word. Make sure na tama. I review my watch list. Yun lang yung mga tinitignan kong charts. As I mentioned before, once a week lang ako mag-update ng watch list. So on a regular basis, I only review yung mga charts na part ng watch list ko. Anything that's not part of it, I ignore. Diba? I'm okay to miss out on a trade here and there. Multiple trades here and there. That's fine. Diba? Kasi ang importante naman is nasusundan ko yung mga gusto kong masundan. Hindi ko namang kontrolado ang merkado eh. Diba? Hindi ko controlled lahat yan eh. Tumaas, bumaba, wala yan sa hawak ko eh. Ang importante is review ko yung hawak ko to make sure na yung ginagawa ko sang-ayon sa gusto kong gawin. So we review at the end of the day. At the end of the market close, diba? We repeat the cycle once again. Okay? So ito yon. So simula, meditation, find what works and what doesn't work for you in the sense na kung anong type of meditation you want to do. As I said, one of my favorite meditation practices is just mindfulness na eating. I enjoy my coffee, I enjoy my breakfast, diba? Kahit simpleng toast lang yan, I try to enjoy it and just focus on that. Trading plan, diba? I list down my trading plan and you need to accept na as you mature as a trader, the way that you write down your trading plan, kung ano ang importante or hindi importante para sa'yo, magbabago din yan. Then, may monitoring tayo when the market opens, active session. Execution, when the time comes, execute with no hesitation. Diba? And then remember, sa monitoring, you need to find what works best in accordance with your schedule. Huwag nyo pong ipilit yung schedule ko sa schedule nyo dahil lahat po tayo iba-iba. Meron tayo kanya-kanyang pangangailangan. Next, reflection. Were you your best self today? Yun naman yun eh. Yun yung importante yung tanongin eh. Because in trading, kailangan you work as your best self. You need to be the best that you can possibly be. You need to stay on the top of your game para maging consistently profitable kayo. And then finally, review time. Time to check your watch list, your plan, etc. And so on. Ito ang daily trading routine ko. Paulit-ulit ko lang tong ginagawa. There are times, admittedly, di ba? As I say, I'm always transparent naman, that I miss out on one or two things. Baka kunyari, nalita ko ng gising. I miss out on meditation. Baka kunyari, hindi ako nakasulat ng trading plan. Even though in my mind, may idea naman ako na kailangan gawin, pero di ko nalista. Hindi ko napagplanuhan ng maayos. Sometimes I miss out. But, at the end of the day, diba, I try to do each and every single thing kasi I know in time, it only makes me better. Having a rigid schedule na sinusundan ko na I can grow with is very, very important on your path to becoming a profitable trader. Now, konting bonus lang. Meron din akong weekly wrap-up. Okay? Na at the end of the week, I need to make sure that my journal is updated and correct. Kasi syempre, kung kunwari mali-mali yung laman nun, di mali-mali rin yung napag-aaralan ko. Diba? Tapos, I try to schedule sometime. It could be on the weekend, it could be on a weekday, lalo na kapag wala masyadong trades that are setting up, no? Ng idea generation. During idea generation, I try to find what can I do more of. Diba? Ano yung ginagawa ko that really works? What can I do less of? Ano yung ginagawa ko na dapat hindi ko na lang gawin? Puro kalokohan lang yan. It just leads to ruin. Diba? Kasi minsan may nasisingit na ganyan eh. Minsan may bad habits that come along na hindi natin napapansin na bad habits na until such a time comes na malaki na yung negative effects sa atin. And then finally, I try to come up with new ideas. Okay? Ano pa ang pwede kong gawin? Ano pa ang pwede kong i-trade? How can I trade differently? Meron ba akong nakitang pattern na interesting? Meron ba akong maisip na idea na pwede kong pag-aralan that I can gather data or statistics of? And then kapag maganda yung results nun, perhaps it's something that I can implement moving forward. Meron ba akong mechanical strategy na pwedeng gawin that can make me more money? So lahat yon, idea generation. Now admittedly, sa idea generation, mas marami kayong maiisip, or at least ako, hindi tayo ganun ka-sharp no? Marami akong naiisip na don't pan out. But that's okay. I would rather na masagutan ko yung question kahit na yung sagot niya is no, or kahit yung sagot niya is it doesn't work, rather than hindi ko alam yung sagot sa katanungan na yon. But that's just me, no? I try to make time to do all of this kasi every now and then, may lalabas kang idea that actually works out. And then magugulat ka na lang, it becomes part of your bread and butter. Diba? A lot of that comes from just taking the time to work on your ideas. Diba? May mahahanap kang mechanical type of trade or may mahahanap kang pattern na perhaps hindi pa nakita ng ibang tao, na perhaps hindi pa napapansin ng karamihan ng tao. And that can potentially make you some money. Alright? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong sa inyo to and help you na makapag-come up with your own daily routine to success. Okay? And as always, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!